We're really loving this county park. 20 bucks a night, 50 amp, full hookups, overlooking the lake. It's beautiful, the places you can find. And this is a perfect example of somewhere where if you're willing to go, we're like maybe 20-25 minutes outside of Oklahoma City. I mean, if you're willing to go just a little bit outside the city, the kind of places you can find that aren't as busy as a private park, they have better views than a private park, and yet they're cheaper than a private park. And that's we found that's kind of our sweet spot of what we really like. Sometimes it's nice to say downtown in a city and just walk to things too, but for the most part we really like places like this. We've owned our 2011 Newmar Canyon Star for a little over a year. And one thing we've learned, not just our RV, but if you own an RV, stuff is going to break. Our temperature sensor went crazy on the RV. Could not move, we could not go anywhere. We had to get towed. We had to pay to have the temperature sensor fixed, 300 bucks. We started to notice dry rot on our 2 front tires. We had those 2 tires replaced, 1,300 bucks. The RV was not braking like it should. The caliper on the rear passenger side needed to be replaced. 1,000 bucks. Just recently, driving down the road, there wasn't a truck with rocks, nothing flew up and hit the windshield. It just decided it was time. Windshield cracked from the edge, shot up about probably 20 to 30 inches total. Have to get the windshield replaced. 2,500 bucks just for the windshield. We have insurance, it's gonna cost us 1,000. Our electric fireplace, we love this thing. No longer works. Our washer and dryer used to work. Now when we plug it in, turn it on, all it does is flash like crazy. I talked to support, they said it's either a loose connection, which I've checked, or it's the main board on the thing, which costs 400 to 500 bucks. So this thing may be toast. I don't share these things to scare you. I share these things because we want to show the good and the bad and the truth of RVing. We love this lifestyle. Overall, I believe it can be a more affordable lifestyle than living in a house, but depending on the choice of RV you make, the age of the RV, you need to be aware stuff is gonna break. 3 things. First, you really need to have an emergency fund. Don't hit the road with 1,000 bucks and think that's enough. We've spent over 5 grand on repairs in the last 12 months on our motorhome. It's a 2011 Newmar. We don't feel like we're super hard on a motorhome. We do move around, probably more than the norm. Secondly, know that the age of the motorhome makes a big difference. Our motorhome is 5 years old. It was in storage for a year, so essentially it's a 4-year-old motorhome. We've already got all these things starting to go out. If you buy a motorhome that's 10 years old, 15 years old, just know, by logic, you're probably going to be spending more time repairing things the older it is. And the brand makes a difference too. Most of the things we've had go wrong are either appliances or chassis issues. Not really the fault of Newmar. I mean, they make the cabinets, the electrical, the plumbing. I mean, you can run into problems with all that stuff too. So before you look at that 15-year-old motorhome, ask yourself, do I enjoy doing repairs? I'm not passionate about repairs. I enjoy things that are more technical. As far as my computer, with marketing, with editing, repairs are just a necessary evil of RVing. It's something I do enough of to keep us on the road. If you enjoy repairs, if that's something that you're passionate about, you can save a lot of money by buying something older if you can do the repairs yourself. And thirdly, the more bells and whistles you have, the more expensive it's gonna get. When you buy a Class A motorhome, huge windshield, 2,500 bucks for the windshield. If we had, an F-350 truck windshield, maybe just a few $100 for the windshield. Typically, the more bells and whistles something has and the more luxurious it seems as far as an RV, the more it's going to cost to keep it up to par as far as repairs. What are you doing? You jumping the cracks?
I'm jumping the cracks.
Woo! Dragging me up. She's been going, like, doing all the arm movements and everything. It's so funny. Good job.
So we're working our way back toward our hometown of Cookville to stay in an RV park there for, probably a couple of months, I guess. We won't be stationary in that one place for a couple of months because we can't sit still that long. We're going to be exploring probably, kind of the Tennessee area as well while we're near our hometown. But we're trying to be close to our family for you know, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and then Marissa's brother has a wedding as well that we're going to be going to. So we're just figured it'd be best just to stick it out in that area for a little while. As we go back, we want to see if you guys can help us out.
We would love to do some interviews of some people who are living tiny. It's an interest of ours, and we think it's an interest of yours, and we think it would be really beneficial if we could do some tours and interviews and just see some different ways that people live tiny, whether it be in an RV or a tiny home, that we can show how they do it. Even people that are living full-time on the road, maybe to interview them and see some ideas for you guys on how that can be done.
And the income side of it too, especially people that still work on the road. I mean, how do you make a living on the road and be able to, you know, live this life?
Because that's a huge question for what we're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably the #1 question is, well, how do you do that? And we are really interested in people that maybe do it a little differently, whether it be something they've renovated, like a vintage bus, or, you know, but it doesn't have to be anything out of the ordinary, but those are definitely some interests of ours.
So if you know anybody who's living tiny, especially in a unique way, or if you yourself are doing that and you're within a 2-hour drive of Cookeville, Tennessee, just let us know. Contact us you know, through YouTube, Facebook, email, just any way, let us know. And we're really interested in trying to match up with people like that. Not just for our audience, obviously we want to share that with you guys, but we also, I mean, we're interested in ourselves. We always want to be learning, growing, and just seeing different ways that you can downsize in your life. We're gonna call it a day, and we're gonna go for a walk around the lake, and we'll catch you guys later.